I made a two-in-one.
Two-in-one, yeah?
Yeah.
Two for the price of one.
Yeah, because the 20-minute slot, it's pretty long, you know. And my first idea for HiveFest was to make an update about HiveAuth, like you wrote in the schedule. But I find myself a bit short because we had unexpected surprises, you know, when you develop things.
Well, I'm not a developer, but I bloody know it now. I'm telling you, after 4 years of doing this, you get used to the unsuspected surprises, for sure.
Yeah, so I could show a few things, but not everything.
Right.
But what I did show is a new...
it's not everything you wanted, you mean?
Yeah, not everything I wanted.
But at least you got something. But does that mean that soon there's going to be more updates to...
Yes, there will be.
Okay, that's going to be
And
cool.
so what I was able to introduce today was the new HiveAuth mobile app.
Oh, yes.
Which is a keychain mobile alternative. It's not as fancy and with a lot of features as keychain. I love keychain in mobile. I use it, but I wanted something lightweight, which is just an authenticator and transaction signer, nothing more.
Right.
You cannot do anything else.
So you know exactly what you're getting.
Yeah, and just that because
it's very interesting.
It will be easier. You know, there are more and more features in keychain, and when you look at the code, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And if you want to edit the whole code, it's more and more work. So I wanted something really light that you can easily audit. You know, I love security.
This is probably the most security mad man in the world, and we are very fortunate for that, by the way. Because someone's got to do it. Someone's got to go down there and drill into the security side.
Yes.
It must be very easy for people to say, oh, you know, it's secure enough for me, you know, whereas guys like you are like, no, and then you get to the next level, you're like, no, it's still not secure enough, and you just keep going until security maximalism, I guess.
Yeah, and, you know, it's trust but verify.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So I wanted something very light that can be easily audited. And then
any drinks, sir? Coffee?
Té verde.
Té verde?
Té verde, per favor.
By the way, you have to keep an eye on him today because apparently you kicked him off his own show yesterday.
Yeah.
So wait for the moment. I'm coming. I'm coming for you.
I didn't kick him. I forked his show.
You forked his show. You forked or you forked?
I forked.
Forked. YouTube channel. Hard fork.
That's proof of
hard
fork,
way,
right?
the hard way.
That is centralized proof of fork there.
Yeah.
It could be censored.
Yeah.
But if you did it on 3Speak, it wouldn't be censored. And then you have real proof of fork.
Yeah.
Sorry, we were talking
about... back to the topic, yes.
Security.
So the first thing is to be able to audit the code. And then when you have less code, very compact code, to me, it's less prone to vulnerabilities.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense. So
that's the reason I did it.
Yeah.
And so you can know. No, it's not yet available. It will be in the next month. And with that, I will able to also release a multi-node protocol for Hive for HAS. You know, because currently I'm the only one running nodes.
Yes.
I'm running 4 or 5 different nodes.
Yes.
But I'm not in a hurry to release it because I want it to be bulletproof.
Sure.
So I'm testing everything, and when it will be safe enough for me, I will release it, and everybody will be able to run a node, and it will be fully decentralized.
That's awesome. That's incredible. Yeah. You know, I noticed with HAS, because you talked about it, and it was a long time until you actually released it.
Yeah.
And that's because you're testing the security so rigorously.
Yeah.
Té verde para ti, señor.
Para nosotros.
Muchas gracias.
This is near bar, you know. Feel like home.
We're kind of facing the cameras. We should probably be turning it around a little bit and just hanging at the bar.
Being at the bar. Hello, what can I do for you today? Today we got like this nice spot here, actually, with this bar, you know.
I think this is a great setup. This is a great setup. I think Neo should open a franchise, personally. We should just cross the Rosarito and put Neo up there.
Connected decentralized network.
It's great. Can you see that on the screen, by the way? The globally connected. Yeah. Oh wow, that's really cool.
Yes, of course.
So let's talk. Yes.
Yeah.
So then what's next? What's the next step then after that? So well, hold on. Let me just process this myself, because I'm thinking of this from like a node operation point of view. Because of the Speak network, we are big on incentivizing infrastructure.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is to make sure that they don't have to register businesses when they want to scale. If you're an elected, respected member of a community rather than a business, you're less prone to regulation and centralizing pressures, let's say. So would that in some way be applicable to this in the future, maybe, where you want to help the people running HAS nodes figure out a way to be incentivized so that they can stay independent? And or do you think this won't scale?
There will be no incentivization.
No incentivization.
Yeah, you say
it's the coffee.
Yeah. Because I don't see how I could do that, and it's so running a HAS node is so light.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's like witnesses, but I know we are incentivized to run witness node, but not API nodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like running an API node.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, but it's less resource consuming.
Right.
You need a very bare machine with 2 megs of RAM.
Oh, I see.
It's just one Linux machine and a small JavaScript and it runs. Because our server is just a gateway, passing information and sharing information with peers.
Right.
So it's really lightweight.
Well, one of the things I want to do as well is with the Speak network we have validators, right, and they're elected by the community. So they're like the important respected figures in the community, and the content flows through them. But what I want to do with that is set up a system where if you want to be elected to be a validator, you should be running various different pieces of infrastructure.
Yeah.
So this might be a place where we can add, if I want to be a validator on Speak network, and I want to outcompete another validator, and I'm saying, hey, I'm not running a HAS node, and Archange is, then surely Archange deserves your vote over me. So then it's like, can we make a system where people can see that clearly, and then you can start electing the infrastructure operators on the Speak network on Hive into positions of validator consensus.
That's something that could be done, but that's not something I will do.
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll add it. Now that I know you're doing it, we'll add it for sure. So what does this mean then for you? That now you're starting to decentralize the node system on HAS. Where do you think this goes? What do you think the implications are for the system?
Of HiveAuth.
Yes.
I would like to see it spread everywhere. Now what we need is promotion, and unfortunately it's not my best skill.
Well, you're going to have the content.
Yeah, but
thank you very much, Neo. This is turning into a good bar.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling there's going to be margaritas before the end of the day.
Actually, Jon Snow asked about margarita, please. Just let me know.
Yeah, but I would like to see HiveAuth used everywhere. I see all the big majors like Microsoft, Google, and so on developing authentication things, way more complex, way more secure,
right?
I'm not sure if they are secure and centralized.
Yes.
And with the multi-node protocol released,
it separates it.
It will be fully decentralized, and you won't be able to stop it, like you are not able to stop Hive.
Yeah.
You will have to shut down the internet.
So that really distinguishes it from all of the other Web2 competition for sure. It's very clear that this is a decentralized security network.
Yeah, and it's so easy to deploy.
Yeah.
So easy.
So many people can get involved in running nodes.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if you're all watching this, you can get involved in running nodes on the HAS system. That is super cool. And the other thing as well, we've had this because we've been setting up infrastructure with the Speak network, and a lot of people volunteer on Hive. There's a lot of people that are really interested.
Yeah, and there are a lot of people. I already made a post about it, and many people came to me. Oh, I would like to run a node. I would like to run a node.
That's great.
I had to wait because we found bugs in keychain or another two, and that was a good thing because finding bugs in keychain helped me to even reinforce security into the protocol.
Yeah.
So
You're almost happy when you find the bugs at this stage, right? It's like, yes, because you can get rid of all those security risks.
But the thing is, a host server does not see anything. It's fully transaction authentication, user application agnostic. It doesn't know.
Right.
But it's doing the security stuff. Yeah.
So what's the implications of this going forward? If you've got decentralized security networks where you can log in with no passwords, is that the only application of this, or do you think there's other applications of HAS that you can build off once you've got this distributed network there?
HAS is not an application, you know, but and any blockchain could use it.
Okay.
Yeah. You could use the HAS protocol for a TSOS or anything that needs to sign a transaction. Could use it.
So, why would they use this over another similar type protocol on Ethereum, let's say? What's the difference between what HAS can do because it's on Hive as compared to
I would like to associate, for example, an Ethereum address or an Ethereum keys to your Hive account. What's cool with Hive is username. Easy to remember username.
Do you know that we've done that with Ethereum on the Union Indexer system on Speak Network?
I heard of it, yeah.
I'll try and get you in touch with Vaultec a bit later, because we've got a thing where you can log in with your MetaMask account, and you have an off-chain account on Ceramic Network that references your ETH account, and then you can post with your ETH account to Hive, and it comes up on the indexer as your ETH DNS address. So maybe there's something there that we can, and we've done a lot of the work. So hopefully, maybe it saves you some time. I don't know. Yeah, it's like really cool. So
and I have plenty of ideas. I already talked about it with Creamy yesterday.
Okay. When you kicked Neo off the show.
So that was the first topic of the presentation.
Was it? Yeah.
Yes, he let himself in.
Yeah.
He let himself in a few times. Actually. Arkash is one of the guys that he's one of this.
He was floating.
Only the one person that actually wants to be on this live all the time more than myself.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just.
He featured.
What's going on
He
here,
got featured.
You know? Or maybe
Self-featuring.
Maybe this is this marketing.
I try to compete with Task, you know.
Is that possible? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
So
he's a king.
So you said that you talked about two things on the stage today.
Yeah.
What was the other thing? That
the second one is about what I call the transfer anxiety syndrome. You know, that moment.
Transfer anxiety syndrome.
That moment where you need to send
money
to someone else or to an exchange, and you need to push to the send button, and you check everything: account name, memo, amount, and so on.
The transfer anxiety syndrome. That is a great. Do you know? When you said it first, I was like, "What is that?" And then you started describing it. I was like, "How many times have I had that?"
Yeah.
Being in crypto for so many years now.
Yeah. And you feel your heart starting to pump a bit more.
I very rarely ever had that on Hive, if ever, I think.
Yeah. Did you already made a mistake while transferring money?
No.
Never?
I've never made a mistake transferring money. I'm very lucky. I would call it more luck than skill.
I did. And I showed to the audience a mistake made by Smooth. He was sending 18,000 HBD to Bitrex.
Right.
But he sent them to Bitres.
Bitres is that other exchange that's really good, no?
No, Bitres. And Bitres, he wrote a memo to Bitres. Oh, I made a mistake. Please send my money back. And the answer was the fund being moved to Noganu account.
Oh.
And Noganu is a well-known crook on Hive, and all the funds were gone.
So this was basically a phishing. It was a typo, fat finger phishing account.
Yeah, there are more than 600 fake account name on Hive.
Am I right in saying that you're trying to set up systems to
I'm
allow
not trying.
people to run?
I'm not trying. That's what I did.
Yeah.
I created an account which name is XFair.
Right.
4 letters, easy to remember, less prone to typos. And then you send
Well, for
first.
some of us.
Sorry.
For some of us, maybe.
Yeah.
But for sure.
Yeah.
for sure.
Even for me.
Yeah.
And then you create rules where you say to that account, I'm authorized to send. If I want to send Hive to that account, I need to use that memo. For
Right.
example, so
Right.
I said, if I use
So it's
a
like
memo
a double-
Binance, I'm authorized to send Hive
Yeah.
and send them to Binance. Oh no, not Binance, but it's Deep Crypto 8. Or no, it's HB Hive.
I know.
I can't
know.
say it. I can't remember it.
Well, I think that's the,
They
that's the
change it,
point. I
yeah.
think that's the point.
With
You're
a
supposed to be able
specific
to say it.
memo, and
Yes.
then you send your funds to Xfer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if the memo you use in your transfer match the rule, then it's sent to the final recipient with the correct memo, and everything, all memos, commands, and so on can be encrypted. So it adds a bit of privacy to it.
And the server for that is currently centralized, is it? But you
Currently,
you can
it's
also
centralized,
decentralize it in the
but
same
I
way.
will open source the code because currently that's always the same
Oh,
thing.
so-
I'm the single point of failure,
Right.
and on top of that, I need to be trusted.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I think you've done a good job of building that trust at least for now.
Yes, but I don't trust myself.
This is the guy. This is the guy that you need to run the security. The guy that doesn't trust himself.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's great.
And I'm right because I made a mistake when coding and when testing. And so I was sending, I made an error when transferring funds. So I had to recover them with the exchange. Anyway, it's reinforced, but that's the goal. You just set routes. You can update them, you can retrieve them, you can delete them, you can manage your routes yourself.
That's interesting.
And then you send your money to, I created Binance with, so the account of Binance with the memo, and then I send my Hive to Xfer using Binance as a memo. Way more easy.
Sure.
And if I did it on stage,
Because
live, I
the
sent
route is already pre-programmed
yes,
into
yes.
the expert, right?
And
right.
I send HBD to Xfer using the Binance memo. And it sent the HBD back to me because I didn't create an HBD route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're basically pre-programming in all of your regular routes, and if you go outside of those by making a mistake,
Yeah.
the system will let you know
And
say,
send all the fund back. Any error trigger sends the money
because
back.
it's fearless, it makes sense to do that on Hive as well.
Yes, but it may not be fearless because I found vulnerabilities where, we'll wait for the applause to stop.
Nearly as loud as yours.
Yeah, because you can drain SC from that account during transfer. So I may ask for a very small fee to avoid that kind of
For sure.
problem.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
That's
but that's the
amazing.
idea.
Yeah.
It's feeless, so you just transfer and it transfers to the final
I think
recipient.
everyone watching will agree that is amazing. Because
Yeah.
I know the feeling when you feel like you make a mistake
Yeah.
and it's like your heart's coming in your mouth. And
Yeah.
everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that feeling.
Yeah, and no, I'm using it. I as I say, I always eat my own dog food, So
Yeah.
I use it.
Yeah. That's amazing. So how long have you had that running for already?
A few days.
Okay.
Yeah, because as I told you, I was short for my presentation, so I said, okay, I will do something more.
Yeah.
And I was always remembering that the case of Smooth. It was such a pain to see that happened to him,
Yeah.
a
So if it can
knowledgeable
happen to
guy,
him,
you know.
it can happen to
And
any of us.
Yeah, I really fear it could happen to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it
I
was
think
there.
it's almost inevitable for everyone at some
Yeah.
point in crypto.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I feel so relieved now that I finally made it, and that I finally can secure my transfer and feeling safe.
You really look genuinely pleased about that. It's really nice to see.
Yeah, relief is really the sentiment.
You'll lose a few. You'll anti-age a few years. You know, you'll gain 5 years of you'll look great and everything. And we'll see next year Archangel will be walking around and he's all like, I can't make any mistakes with my transfers anymore. We'll all look great next year.
Yeah.
But so what's the next step with that then? You've got a few more bugs to iron out. Have you got a planned release date on it or anything? Or
I will release after HiveFest. I still need to write the doc and so on. And,
so is it quite soon?
But it's working. It's working. If you want to use it, if you saw how it works, you just look at the presentation. I made some example. I make live demo. So it's working. If you want to use it, go for it. It's working now.
Now I know why your round of applause was so strong. I think everyone really loved that. I think it's wonderful when you can make a product on Hive that basically everyone's going to want to use. Yeah. Because or at least something that helps everyone. Yeah. You know, no questions asked.
And I'd like to help newbies. You know, there's one crying when they make a mistake because they don't know. And
I mean, I'm just thinking of the implications of this. This takes away the whole. I mean, if from back in the days of Bitcoin, it was like, if you send your crypto to the wrong account, that is your fault. We can't do anything for you. Yeah. This really takes that whole paradigm away from crypto in many ways. For me, I feel like that because now you can you can put. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't fully take it away because. Yeah. But if you run this, it's like you do have almost a second chance as long as you pre-program your routes in. Yeah. You know? That's amazing.
Say it makes your transfer more safer.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. That's amazing. I really love that. Because for me, it's the first time I'm hearing about this because I missed your presentation because I was sitting here. But, oh gosh, I can't wait for that. So how do we get involved? Is there any way to get involved in that project or help out? Can we help test it, or can the people watching help test it?
It's been tested. Yeah. Because I've been using it.
Other people running it as well, or just you at the moment?
It will be on. If you don't, the thing is, if you don't trust me, I'm running the Xfer account. If you don't trust me, and if you are a bit techy, you just take the code and you run your own account on your own server.
Yes. So
you don't need to use the service I provide. It's a service I provide to the community, you know? Right. But you don't need to use it if you are still afraid or paranoid. It's okay. Yeah. And you can bypass it if it doesn't fit for you.
Is that something that you can do, or you can get it to a point where you can do it without any dev skills required? So people can run it from their own mobile phones or anything like that?
No. You need a server.
You need a server,
yeah. But it's just a small GS file that you run on your server. Mm-hmm. Not very complicated, but you know, it's the same with HiveSQL. You know, people could create, or techie people, they can write code to read the blockchain, to put it in a database. Anyone can do that, if you know how to do it. Sure. But there are a lot of people that don't know how, and they just want to use a service, and that's what I'm doing with HiveSQL, providing a service to people. Yes. It's running, I take care of everything, performance, security, and so on, and it's there for you. You are free to use it or not, or do it by yourself. That's the same here. I just brought the idea live. I will share it with everyone. If you want to run it on your own and be in full charge of yourself, you can do it. If not, you can use Xfer, and that's it.
So is another implication here then that, I mean, there's a certain amount of paranoia with crypto because you are your own bank, you have your keys probably locally or somewhere in your possession nearby, and there can be a security risk with this where, you know, you might get kidnapped or something and then they can force your keys out of you. This prevents that situation. If you make it difficult to change the routes, then if someone takes you away and you try to send outside of your routes, the system will come back and say, this isn't on the route. There's no route for this. It'll just return the funds.
That's what I did. I did it live here.
Wow. That's major.
I was trying to send HBD to Binance, but I didn't create a route for HBD from my account using HBD to Binance. I made one for Hive.
Yes.
If I was sending Hive, it would be okay.
Yeah.
As I was sending HBD, I just get the fund back.
That's amazing. Yeah. That's major, in my opinion.
Automagic.
Sorry?
Automagic. like
Automagic,
Cream,
yes,
Automagic,
yes.
like Cream likes to say.
Is that what she says? Automagic.
Automagic.
I think yes. This type of stuff is. I see you developers as like wizards with your fingers. You just wizard things into reality. You know, it's like we've got these little wizards walking around everywhere, and that's amazing because it's a legitimate thing. One of the services I was thinking was maybe there'll be services in the future where people will send their keys to another third party to look after their crypto on their behalf, and they can get access somehow. But it seems that with this, they don't need to do that. They can just run their own local server.
Yeah.
And as long as you have, what's the process for creating the root? So let's say you got kidnapped, and the kidnappers are saying, "Create me a root to this account." Could you make that difficult so that it's hard to do locally?
Creating a root is just making a transfer to Xfer account with a structured memo.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
For now, but would it be possible to make that a difficult thing so it would be more secure in case you were kidnapped, let's say? So you would need to, you'd be able to say, well, I don't have the half of the key here that I need to create this root.
Yeah, but no, because if you get kidnapped, the kidnappers have you and your keys, if you have a key with you.
Yes.
So if you don't have your keys with you, you cannot create a root from your account.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's what I was using, a separate account from mine. I created an account, archange.pay.
Yes.
I never have my active key with me, never, for the account Archange. So I transfer a few Hive and a few HBD to hive.pay for my demo. And of course here I have the keys, the active key of archange.pay, but there were 5 HBD and 5 Hive into the account. So okay, you can kidnap me, you will get 5 HBD and 5 Hive.
Is it worth
it's not
it?
Worth
Is it worth it?
It can even pay in margarita.
That's really amazing. Wow. That's wow. I don't think I've quite processed the implications of what you've just been telling me, Archange. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Like, it's almost like, at the moment in the Web2 world, in the traditional banking system, we rely on the banks, and then of course the banks can block the routes.
Yeah.
They kind of by default make the routes open, and then they'll, by choice, potentially block whichever ones they want. This is exactly the same thing, except you are personally in charge of your own routes.
If you run your own server, yeah, nothing can stop you.
And then obviously if there's a trusted service, but then as long as that service, would it be a registered business? Would you have to register a business to run that service?
No.
Is it because the profit? You were saying there's a fee, but that's only to stop spam on the server.
Yeah.
So there's no profit being made anywhere.
It won't be profitable, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Amazing. Wow. So, explain to me, would that be possible on other chains, or is it only possible with Hive technology?
That would be possible on other chains.
Hello.
Do you like anything else?
Massage?
Ooh.
I've got the towel and everything.
Ooh. You enjoying
Luckily,
yourself
it's a really
there?
long bar, so we
Me
can't
and
quite
Mark?
reach over.
Yeah? Am I a good host?
Very good host. I'm
Alright,
feeling very
thank
good.
you,
We
yeah.
should. I might eat a biscuit in a minute.
Of course. Yes, of course. Here you go.
Do you know? Of course, you know English tea. You were in England.
Yes, 12 years.
Do you think you can find an English tea here? I don't know if they
There
do
is
it very
a
well in
black
Mexico.
one, but I think maybe there's some milk. I can make you an English tea if you would like.
Oh, if you could do that, man,
Yeah,
that would be
like
for an
the
English man. It will turn me into transform me into a new human.
Of course, I was drinking that a lot. Yes. I think I know how to.
You
do
even
that.
think I think you can do it.
I'll be back in.
It's
I'll be back in a
particular,
second,
but
sir.
thank you, Neo. Thank you. He's doing a great job.
Yeah,
Absolutely
definitely,
kick-ass. Wow, I really love that. Thank you, Archange. That's really
My
awesome.
pleasure.
That's really awesome.
My pleasure.
Is there anything else you want to bring up and talk about? What are you thinking about the fest so far? Have you seen any good things?
Yeah, I would like to say something. I need support from the community for the HiveBuzz proposal. You know, we are working hard to bring gamification, to entertain. We created the HiveFest award that you got, and our proposal is
By the way, yes,
right now. So if you guys can support it, it's really helpful.
For those that don't know, that didn't see yesterday, I was standing on stage and Archange walked up and gave me a trophy, and I was like, "What is this?" And it's got the number 5 and my name on it. And of course, it was my 5th HiveFest.
Yeah,
and
it's the first
really
physical,
nice. Yeah.
badge.
I've actually got it right now next
Yeah.
to the bed I'm sleeping. It's right next to the bed.
Yeah.
So I might give it a little bit of a hug later tonight. We'll see. But yeah, so
Did you sleep with?
I slept next to it. Next to it, I think. Yeah. Well, I was mostly busy watching the live stream from yesterday, last night. I started watching the first I thought 5 minutes, and then I just got carried away.
Yeah. I tried to watch it, but I fall asleep.
It was such good content though.
Yeah,
such
it's
great
really
to see.
intense here, so.
Yeah. So, anything else?
That's all. That's it.
What do you think about the fest so far?
Awesome.
You seen anything interesting?
Yeah, I think it's quite challenging to take it over because Roland is a master.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
And he, by the way,
but you guys did.
Oh, thank you.
You did it.
Thank you.
You did it.
Oh,
really?
That's so wonderful to hear.
Because each year we say, okay, we are at the top, and then Roland finds something different and so on. And so I was really wondering if you could go to that level and improve and find things to make it unique, like each HiveFest. And up to now, you did it. Really, congratulations.
I'm going to have to go off the screen
congratulations.
now. Congratulations. Thank you. I mean, it's been a lot of effort. And,
I know.
It's not just me.
I know.
I have to give a shout out to Roland.
Yeah.
He's advised from the start to the finish.
Yeah.
He's helped me when I've got lost. even around Rosarito, he's built the website and he's managed the website and sponsors and everything, and just the speakers lists and everything, and some of the ticketing he's helped with. So he's had a big input, but I really feel honoured that we're able to continue this for him. Because he's busy with his own life at the moment. He's doing his thing, and
it's a good thing. It's decentralizing the organization of HiveFest.
Yeah, so, it's kind of like we've set a precedent now. It's going to be a tradition.
Yeah.
Whether it's the same people every year or not. You know.
Yeah, because if something happens to him, what happens to HiveFest?
Right.
So I feel safe now that you did
feel
it.
more secure.
Yeah.
It's really great to hear. Thanks, Neo. Thank you. Arcanes was just saying that we pretty much recreated the magic that Roland normally creates, and Neo's had a really big part of this as well, you know, and obviously with this live stream that he's been doing, I think it's fantastic, and just great team, and it's amazing the amount of stuff that goes on behind the scenes. So for example, let me give you a little bit of vulnerability. There's still lots going on, and I probably shouldn't be sitting here doing these discussions. I need to be once Krimmy's back. I'll hey Krimmy. I've got to run. But to give you an example, today we had a morning team meeting, as we do every morning during HiveFest. Everyone's kind of very tired, very exhausted. It's quiet, you know, and everyone's just thinking. So we run through the schedule, and somehow it slipped by us that the staff at the restaurant later go home at a certain time, and then we work it back. We're like, okay, that's a certain amount of time for the meal. We've got some entertainment coming, and then we realise, we need to take the bus half an hour earlier. So today it's still 7, but I've got to go and speak to the bus driver and be like, hey, can we? I might have to take Krimmy with me to be more persuasive, or someone else that's more persuasive, and be like, hey, can we have the bus half an hour earlier? And if we can't, then we're going to have to figure something out on the fly. But it's it's just all part of the event, you know. Yeah. It's part of the fun in many ways. But there's a lot going on behind the scenes, and a lot of people just making adjustments like that hopefully no one sees, and it just feels like a smooth show, you know. So I really appreciate that, Archange. Really appreciate that. Honestly, it means a lot. It means a lot. Thank you.
I will be to the next one.
The next one that we do. I
can't wait for the next one.
We do. Well, I hear there's potential places. I've heard a little bit about splitting Croatia next year, potentially.
Yeah.
With Lord Butterfly's been making
very
noises.
Nice location. I already
very
went
nice
there.
Location.
It's beautiful.
We can go to Dubrovnik as well nearby. So I think that may be on the cards. Who knows? But he's definitely making noise about it. So, but I think as he's seen me running around the place, he's looking at me going, "I'm not sure if I want this anymore." But we'll see. All right. Well, okay. I think we can hand over. Unless you guys want to chat, I kind of need to actually get off because I need to go and see what's going on the show. And make. So if you want to stay, you're more than welcome.
I can stay, but then Neo will again say that I'm
taking over
his show.
Well, that's all part of the fun, though, isn't it? But if you want to go, we can have a break and have a pause for a bit if you guys want, so you can refresh. How was your presentation, Krimi?
Oh, I don't know. Seemed okay.
One second. Again, Arkanj, thank you. Good to see you.
My pleasure.
Good to see you. I heard a good round of applause there, Krimi, so welcome back. This is the part where you interview yourself.
Oh, you're not saying?
Is Arkanj going to interview
That's it. I
you?
come back. You can tell I must smell or something. I come back and everybody, out of here.